Imagine you wake up every morning and tell yourself, today, everything will be perfect. For a few days, it works. Then suddenly, those same old habits and fears come back. Why? Because our subconscious mind, the true king of our thoughts, behaviors, and emotions, is still running the same old patterns. Suppose a child repeatedly hears, "You can't do this." They internalize this negative message in their subconscious. As an adult, no matter how hard they try, their subconscious will always whisper, "You are not capable." This is the power of the subconscious mind. It forms the basis of our thoughts, beliefs, and decisions, often more than our conscious thoughts. But the good news is, it can be changed. Imagine if you could train your subconscious mind, fill it with positive thoughts and beliefs, your entire life could change. Your habits, your reactions, your success, and your happiness could all transform. In the next few minutes, we will learn how the subconscious mind creates our failures and fears, and how we can change it in our favor to achieve true power and success. Hello friends, welcome to the Listen Book channel. Today, we are going to talk about the power of that hidden mind that most people fail to understand. Aber Scott's book, Psychology of the Subconscious Mind, teaches us how our subconscious mind works, how it influences every decision of our lives, and most importantly, how we can heal and rewire it so we can become our best versions. Think about how many of your life's decisions are in your hands. You might think you decide everything with your conscious mind. But the reality is, 90 to 95% of your habits, decisions, and emotions come from the subconscious. For example, if you procrastinate every day, the real reason isn't laziness, but the fear of failure seated in your subconscious. If you make the same mistakes in relationships repeatedly, the real cause isn't your personality, but the old beliefs implanted in you since childhood. Meaning, the real game is played not on the surface, but in the depths. Like a river appears calm, but strong currents flow beneath. Similarly, our subconscious mind determines the currents of our lives. So, on this journey through the book, we will learn what the subconscious mind really is and how it works. How childhood experiences shape our personality and choices today. How negative patterns, trauma, and limiting beliefs hold us back. And most importantly, how we can heal, reprogram, and rewire our subconscious to bring back success, peace, and happiness into our lives. Friends, this isn't just a book summary. This is a healing journey. If you've ever thought, "I want to change, but I don't know why I keep returning to the same place," the answer is your subconscious mind. In the upcoming parts, we will explore this in depth, step by step. So, let's begin. Chapter 1, What is the subconscious mind and its hidden power? Friends, have you ever driven a car on autopilot? You're on the road, your mind is elsewhere, maybe thinking about office tension or household chores, but you still take the right turns, apply brakes at traffic lights, and reach your home gate without paying attention. Now, the question is, when your conscious mind was busy elsewhere, who made all these decisions? The answer is your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the part of our brain that is always active but not directly visible to us. The conscious mind works only 5 to 10%, and that too when we are deliberately thinking, learning, or deciding. But the real boss is our subconscious mind, which controls 90 to 95% of the work, our breath, heartbeat, habits, and even our attitude. Meaning, we think we are holding the steering wheel and driving life, but actually, the steering is in the hands of the subconscious. Think of a child who hears every day from their parents, "You can't do anything. You're not as smart as others." That child doesn't question these statements because, in childhood, our conscious mind is weak, and the subconscious accepts everything as truth. This is why, when that child grows up and stands before an exam or a job interview, a voice from inside says, "You won't succeed." In reality, this isn't their reality, it's just their subconscious programming. The subconscious mind doesn't just store memories, it creates our habits, triggers our emotions, and prepares the blueprint for our success or failure. For example, if your subconscious holds the belief that money is hard to get, no matter how hard you work, money won't stick. But if your subconscious believes, I attract prosperity, opportunities will automatically gravitate towards you. Neuroscience tells us that our brain receives millions of pieces of information every second, but the conscious mind can only focus on 40 to 50 things. The rest of the information gets filtered and goes into the subconscious. So, the subconscious is a storage room, but not just that, it's an operating system that runs our lives without asking. You wake up and check your mobile first thing. Why? Because the subconscious has made it a habit. You hear a particular song and your mood changes. Why? Because the subconscious activates memories associated with that song. You repeat the same mistake again and again. Why? Because the subconscious replays that same pattern. Meaning, whatever we do repeatedly is the strength and programming of our subconscious. But friends, the good news is that the subconscious mind doesn't just bind us, it can also set us free. Just like a computer's software can be updated, the old beliefs and patterns of the subconscious can also be rewired. And this is the greatest beauty of this book. Scott teaches us step by step how to descend into the depths of our subconscious mind to heal and reprogram it. So friends, so far we have understood that the subconscious mind is the real invisible powerhouse. It shapes us, creates our habits, and defines our reality. But the real question is, how does this programming happen? What beliefs get embedded within us, and why? In the next part, we will talk about this in depth, childhood imprints and subconscious programming, where the roots of our entire life are hidden. Chapter 2, Childhood Imprints and Subconscious Programming. Friends, a small child is playing in the park. They run happily to show their mother, "Look, Mom, I made a house out of mud." But the mother is angry at that time and says, "You've gotten dirty, you fool. Is this something to play with?" Now, what do you think that child felt? That moment wasn't just a scolding for them, it got recorded in their subconscious, and gradually, they started believing, "I am a fool. My happiness doesn't matter." These are childhood imprints, which shape our personality and entire life. Scientists say that a person's subconscious mind is programmed the most during the first 7 years because, at that time, a child accepts everything directly, they don't have logical filters. So, if you are told, "You are very good," it will be recorded in the subconscious as truth. And if you are told, "You can't do anything," that too will become a part of your identity. This is why a small incident from childhood continues to control us even when we grow up. In childhood, we receive 2 types of programming. 1. Positive, "You should try. You can do it. Making mistakes is not bad, learning from them is important." These beliefs give us confidence and a growth mindset. 2. Negative, "Don't speak in front of people, they'll laugh at you. Money is hard to get. Even after hard work, luck doesn't favor you." These beliefs bind us in fear and scarcity. The only difference is that positive programming pushes us forward, while negative programming holds us back. Let's take the example of a girl named Rena. In childhood, whenever she got good marks in school, her father would say, "You got 90%, but Mr. Sharma's son got 95%. Rena continued to work hard, but the imprint settled in her subconscious, "No matter how much I do, I am never enough." Today, Rena is 30 years old, has a good job, but from within, she always feels insufficient. This pattern is visible in her relationships too, she tries to please others but is never satisfied herself. The real reason? A childhood imprint. Childhood imprints gradually shape us into 4 major categories. 1. Beliefs, "Money is dirty, love gives pain, I am not capable." 2. Habits, if you were repeatedly told to wake up early in childhood, it will become your natural habit. 3. Emotions, if you repeatedly felt fear in childhood, your default emotion might also be fear. 4. Identity, most dangerous if you were always called lazy, weak, or useless in childhood, you start believing yourself to be the same. Neuroscience tells us that in childhood, our brain mostly operates on theta waves. This is a hypnotic state, meaning we store everything within us without question. This means that whatever was said to us in childhood, how we felt, became the direct software of our subconscious. This is why we sometimes wonder, why do I get angry quickly? Why do I always think negatively? Why can't I change my habits? The answer is because all of this is the old programming of our subconscious that happened in childhood. But the good thing is that just like an old computer's software can be updated, childhood imprints can also be healed and reprogrammed. So friends, now we have understood that the roots of our personality and choices are formed in childhood. Childhood imprints can make us positive or negative. And these very imprints are running our subconscious to this day. But now, the next big question is, how do we identify these imprints? How do we understand which programming is holding us back? In the next chapter, we will discuss this in depth, recognizing your subconscious patterns, where we will learn how to catch and understand these invisible scripts of our mind. Chapter 3, Recognizing Subconscious Patterns. Friends, have you ever noticed that your life often gets stuck in the same kind of situations? A relationship breaks, and the next relationship turns out the same way. You start a new job, but the same procrastination and fear take over again. You try to save money, but every time an unexpected expense comes up. Why does this happen? Why do we repeat the same pattern even when we know it's harming us? The answer is our subconscious mind. Subconscious patterns are those invisible scripts programmed into us since childhood. These scripts control our decisions, habits, and relationships without asking. For example, if your subconscious believes, "I am not worthy of love," you will choose partners who neglect you. If your subconscious believes, "Money is hard to get," you will repeatedly make decisions that prevent money from staying. The pattern is the same, the situation changes, but the result is always similar. Scott says the first step to recognizing patterns is observation, asking yourself questions. 1. What events repeat in my life? 2. In which situations do I feel most triggered? 3. What are my biggest frustrations or failures related to? A small example, if you often think, "People don't understand me," perhaps the belief seated in your subconscious is, "My voice doesn't matter." Rahul was a smart boy. Every time he got a promotion opportunity, he would get nervous and make mistakes. His boss said, "You have potential, but you can't handle pressure." Rahul started thinking, "Maybe I'm just not cut out for leadership." But the real truth was that in childhood, whenever Rahul expressed his opinion, his father would say, "Be quiet, the elders are speaking." The subconscious turned this imprint into a pattern: if I step forward, I will be rejected. That's why the same fear was triggered at every promotion opportunity. An easy way to recognize patterns is to observe your triggers. Triggers are situations where your reaction is stronger than normal. For example, getting very angry over small criticism, feeling broken inside when someone ignores you, or repeatedly running to the safe zone instead of taking risks. All these are indications that an old wound is still active in the subconscious. If you are always late, it's not just laziness, perhaps there is negativity about discipline in the subconscious. If you repeatedly get into toxic relationships, it's not just bad luck but an old script of the subconscious. If you fall back just when you are close to success, it's the subconscious pattern of self-sabotage. The repeated stories of your life reveal the secrets of your subconscious. Scott says, awareness is the first step of healing. Until we recognize the patterns, we cannot change them. But the moment you say, "Yes, this behavior is not my choice, it's a pattern of my subconscious," from that moment, you gain the power to break it. Friends, right now, pick up a pen and paper and write. Which situations repeat in my life? Which feelings do I get stuck in the most? Fear, guilt, or anger? Which negative beliefs voice themselves repeatedly? This small exercise will help bring your subconscious patterns to the surface. So friends, we have now learned that subconscious patterns are the invisible scripts of our lives. These patterns come from childhood imprints and repeat themselves. The first step to recognizing them is observation and self-reflection. But the next step is even more crucial. Once we identify these patterns, how do we heal them? How do we release old wounds and limiting beliefs? In the next chapter, we will learn healing the subconscious mind, where the real transformation begins. Chapter 4, Healing the Subconscious Mind. Friends, imagine a large mirror in a room, but dust and stains have accumulated on it since childhood. Now, whenever you look at yourself in it, you don't see a clear picture. Is your face really dirty? No, the real problem is the dust on the mirror. Exactly like this, our soul and true identity are clear and beautiful. But childhood wounds, negative experiences, and wrong beliefs settle like dust on the mirror of the subconscious. And we start thinking, I am not good enough. I am not capable. So, healing means slowly cleaning that dust so our true light can emerge. Healing the subconscious mind is necessary because these old wounds trigger us repeatedly. These limiting beliefs prevent us from reaching our potential. These patterns force us to make the same mistakes in relationships, career, and life. Without healing, no matter how much positive thinking we do on the surface, the subconscious will keep stopping us from within. Step 1, Awareness, recognizing the wound. The first step of healing is to look within and accept that there is a wound. Often people say, I don't have any problem. But the truth is, until we accept it, we cannot heal. For example, if someone repeatedly has problems in relationships, they need to see, do I really struggle to trust others? Is there a fear of abandonment inside me? Awareness is the first door to healing. Step 2, Acceptance, accepting yourself. Scott says, you can only heal what you accept. This means we have to stop judging ourselves. If we were hurt in childhood or someone made us feel weak, it wasn't our fault. But now, the responsibility for that wound is ours. Acceptance frees us from guilt and shame. Step 3, Inner Child Healing. The most powerful way to heal is to connect with your inner child. The inner child is the little child inside you who endured fear, hurt, and negativity in childhood. When you go into meditation and talk to your inner child, I am listening to you. Your feelings are valid. You are not alone anymore, your subconscious slowly starts to release. Example, Rena, whose story we heard earlier, did inner child healing. In meditation, she met her childhood version who always felt not enough. When she hugged that child and said, you are perfect. You are entirely enough, deep healing began within her. Step 4, Forgiveness. Friends, the deepest knots in the subconscious are anger and resentment. We often cannot forgive people for years, parents, relatives, friends. But remember, forgiveness doesn't mean you are justifying the wrong. Forgiveness means freeing yourself from the prison of that pain. Scott writes, forgiveness is self-healing. When we forgive others, we are actually freeing ourselves. Step 5, Releasing Techniques. There are many powerful tools to release old wounds from the subconscious. Journaling, pouring your emotions onto paper. Meditation, revisiting old scenes and healing them. Affirmations, replacing old beliefs with new positive ones. Visualization, seeing yourself in a new version. The first step of healing is to look within and accept that there is a wound. Often people say, I don't have any problem. But the truth is, until we accept it, we cannot heal. For example, if someone repeatedly has problems in relationships, they need to see, do I really struggle to trust others? Is there a fear of abandonment inside me? Awareness is the first door to healing. Step 2, Acceptance, accepting yourself. Scott says, you can only heal what you accept. This means we have to stop judging ourselves. If we were hurt in childhood or someone made us feel weak, it wasn't our fault. But now, the responsibility for that wound is ours. Acceptance frees us from guilt and shame. Step 3, Inner Child Healing. The most powerful way to heal is to connect with your inner child. The inner child is the little child inside you who endured fear, hurt, and negativity in childhood. When you go into meditation and talk to your inner child, I am listening to you. Your feelings are valid. You are not alone anymore, your subconscious slowly starts to release. Example, Rena, whose story we heard earlier, did inner child healing. In meditation, she met her childhood version who always felt not enough. When she hugged that child and said, "You are perfect. You are entirely enough," deep healing began within her. Step 4. Forgiveness. Friends, the deepest knots in the subconscious are anger and resentment. We often cannot forgive people for years, parents, relatives, friends. But remember, forgiveness doesn't mean you are justifying the wrong. Forgiveness means freeing yourself from the prison of that pain. Aber Scott writes, forgiveness is self-healing. When we forgive others, we are actually freeing ourselves. Step 5. Releasing techniques. There are many powerful tools to release old wounds from the subconscious. Journaling, pouring your emotions onto paper. Meditation, revisiting old scenes and healing them. Affirmations, replacing old beliefs with new positive ones. Visualization, seeing yourself in a new version. Step 3. Hypnosis and meditation, programming at a deep level. The subconscious is most open when the brain is in the theta state, during relaxation, meditation, or hypnosis. During this time, if you input positive suggestions, the subconscious accepts them quickly. Example, before sleeping at night, do a few minutes of deep breathing and tell yourself, I am releasing the negativity within me. I am adopting new positive beliefs. Gradually, your subconscious will absorb these. Step 4. Habits and repetition, creating new patterns. The real secret to reprogramming the subconscious is repetition. Just as repeatedly heard things became imprints in childhood, similarly, repeatedly performed actions and thoughts will create new patterns today. Example, if you write a gratitude journal daily, the subconscious will learn to focus on abundance instead of lack. If you exercise early every morning, the subconscious will create an active identity instead of a lazy one. Consistency is the key to reprogramming. Step 5. Environment, changing your surroundings. To reprogram the subconscious, it's not only about internal work, changing the external environment is also crucial. If you always stay around negative people, the subconscious will absorb that energy. But if you are in a supportive and positive environment, the new software will become stronger faster. As the saying goes, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Sumit was a 28-year-old boy who always thought, I can't do public speaking. This was his childhood imprint from when he gave a speech in school and people laughed. But Sumit started reprogramming himself. Every morning, he said affirmations in the mirror, I am a confident speaker. Every night, he visualized himself receiving a standing ovation on stage. In meditation, he imagined himself as strong and powerful, and gradually started speaking in small programs. A year later, Sumit gave a speech on a TEDx stage and actually received a standing ovation. This is the real power of reprogramming. So friends, today we learned that reprogramming the subconscious means removing old wounds and installing new beliefs, creating positive blueprints through visualization and affirmations, strengthening them with meditation and habits, and making that change permanent by choosing the right environment. But there's another big secret hidden here. Just reprogramming is not enough. If we want our subconscious to lead us to success and freedom, we must also maintain mindfulness and conscious awareness. In the next chapter, we will learn mindfulness and living with conscious awareness, where we will discover how staying in the present moment can help control subconscious patterns. Chapter 6, Mindfulness and Conscious Awareness. Once, a sage was meditating by a river. Suddenly a man came running and said, Guruji, my mind is always tangled in past mistakes and future anxieties. How can I find peace? The sage smiled and said, learn to live in this moment. Look at the water. Is it thinking about yesterday's rain or worrying about tomorrow's sun? No, it is just flowing now. This is mindfulness, living in the present. When we live in the present, the old chains of the subconscious and the anxiety of the future cannot hold us. The true meaning of mindfulness. Mindfulness doesn't just mean meditating. It means being aware in every moment, observing your thoughts, emotions, and actions without judgment. Aber Scott explains that mindfulness is the biggest tool to catch and change the old patterns of the subconscious because when we observe, we automatically gain control. The subconscious mind runs on autopilot. We speak, react, and make decisions without thinking. But mindfulness gives us the power to pause that autopilot. When you are about to get angry and are mindful, you can stop yourself. When you are falling into negative thinking and are mindful, you can redirect yourself. Mindfulness is the remote control for awareness. Step 1, Breath Awareness, the power of breath. The easiest way is to focus on your breath. Whenever the mind wanders, take a deep breath and observe, I am breathing right now. I am alive. I am in this moment. This simple practice calms the subconscious and strengthens the roots of mindfulness. Step 2, Thought Watching, observing thoughts. Our subconscious has over 60,000 thoughts every day. If we are not mindful, we believe all of them to be true. But if we observe, this is just a thought. It doesn't necessarily have to be true, we reduce the power of that thought. Example, if the mind says, you can't do this task, mindfulness says, this is just an old pattern, not the real truth. Step 3, Emotional Awareness, recognizing emotions. Mindfulness means not suppressing your emotions but accepting them with awareness. If you feel angry, be mindful and say, yes, there is anger within me right now. Just accepting it often reduces its intensity. Amber says, feel it, name it, tame it. Meaning, feel the emotion, name it, and then gradually calm it. Step 4, Mindful Actions, awareness in every action. Mindfulness isn't limited to the meditation room, it must be brought into every action, while eating, walking, talking. Example, when you are eating, observe every bite, its taste, smell, texture. When you are talking, truly listen, not just to reply, but to understand. Gradually, mindfulness will become a part of your entire lifestyle. Ria was in a corporate job. Her life was full of stress, deadlines, and anxiety. On subconscious autopilot, she ran every day without thinking, without stopping. Then she started mindfulness practice, 10 minutes of breath meditation every morning, a 1-minute pause before reading emails at the office, turning off the phone during meals and focusing only on eating. Within 6 months, her stress level halved, sleep improved, and most importantly, she started enjoying every task. Ria realized, I am not living in the past or future, but in the now. Step 5, Present Moment, where true freedom lies. The biggest secret to controlling the subconscious mind is present moment awareness. When you go into the past, guilt and regret grab you. When you go into the future, anxiety and fear grip you. But when you stay in the present, you find only freedom and peace. Mindfulness is the bridge that takes you out of the chains of past and future and gives you the power of the present. So friends, mindfulness takes us out of the autopilot of the subconscious and makes us conscious human beings. When we stay in the observing mode, the old programming cannot control us. But now the question is, along with mindfulness, can we bring long-term transformation into our lives? This is what we will find in the next chapter. Chapter 7, Using the Power of the Subconscious for Success and Happiness. Friends, in a small village lived a boy named Arjun. He had no money and was average in studies. But he had one thing, an unshakable belief. He would think and imagine every day, one day I will become a big businessman. People will respect me, and I will make my village proud. Years passed. People made fun of him. You have neither talent nor resources. But Arjun never gave up. He kept feeding his subconscious the same picture of success, confidence, and abundance. And 10 years later, Arjun had indeed built a business worth millions. People said he had some magic. But the truth is, that magic is available to everyone. That magic is the power of the subconscious mind. Amber Scott says that success and happiness are not external things, they depend on our mind's programming. If "I am a failure" is written in the subconscious, you will sabotage every success opportunity. But if "I am worthy of success" is written in the subconscious, the universe will conspire to help you. Step 1: Clarity of vision. Create a clear picture. The subconscious needs direction. If you are confused, maybe I should become a doctor, or maybe do business, the subconscious doesn't get a clear signal. The rule is, be specific. Instead of, "I want to be rich," say, "I want to build a business in the next 3 years that gives a profit of 5 lakh rupees every month." The clearer the vision, the more the subconscious will create paths for you. Step 2: Emotional fuel, the power of emotions. The subconscious is activated not just by words but by emotions. If you say affirmations without emotion, the effect will be less. But if you visualize with full emotion and feeling, the subconscious will accept it as real. Example: don't just think that you have achieved success, feel how it will feel to achieve success: pride, happiness, gratitude. Emotion is the petrol for the subconscious. Step 3: Daily rituals, a daily programming system. The secret to harnessing the subconscious is consistency. Adopt some small daily rituals: morning affirmations with the mirror, 5 minutes of visualization, a gratitude journal, night meditation with positive suggestions. These small rituals together will change your identity. Step 4: Success mindset, from scarcity to abundance. The subconscious mind often stays in lack mode: I don't have money. I don't have time. I don't have support. But the mindset for success is abundance: I have the power to learn. I have the opportunity to grow. The universe is always supporting me. As soon as you switch from lack to abundance, the subconscious will change your reality too. Step 5: Action plus belief equals results. Subconscious programming isn't limited to visualization, you must take action too. Remember the formula: belief plus action equals results. If you believe you can become an author and write 2 pages every day, one day you will have a complete book. But without action, belief is incomplete. Neha always thought, "I'm just not made for business," because her parents always said, "Business is risky. You should take a safe job." But Neha started reprogramming her subconscious. She said daily affirmations: "I am a successful entrepreneur." She made a vision board for her dream business. She observed every fearful thought with mindfulness and replaced it. Gradually, she started a small online store. In the first month, she barely got 10 orders. But due to subconscious programming and consistent action, her business became multi-lakh profitable after 2 years. This is the wonder of subconscious power. Step 6: Happiness is inside, the real secret of happiness. Amber says, happiness is not a future achievement, happiness is a present state. If your subconscious programming is, "I will be happy only when I get a promotion," you will never be happy. But if your subconscious programming is, "I feel gratitude and joy even now," happiness will always be with you. Happiness is a habit, not a destination. So friends, the subconscious mind is our life's real partner. If we fill it with negativity, it will pull us down. But if we fill it with success and happiness, it will take us to great heights. Clarity, emotion, daily rituals, and action, these 4 secrets will turn the subconscious into your success machine. But remember, every machine needs maintenance. And that maintenance is continuous self-awareness and growth. Therefore, in the next and final chapter, we will learn sustaining your subconscious transformation. How to make your transformation permanent. Chapter 8: Sustaining your subconscious transformation. Friends, have you ever seen people in the gym? Some people work hard for 3 to 4 months and get fit, but then they quit, and their body returns to its previous state. While some people stay consistent for years and remain healthy forever. Achieving transformation isn't the hard part, making it permanent is the real challenge. And the same applies to the subconscious mind. Scott says that reprogramming the subconscious is the first step, but maintaining it is the real victory. Why is maintenance necessary? Our old programming is very strong. Just like weeds grow back repeatedly, old beliefs and habits also return. If we become careless, the old system will take control again. Therefore, it's essential to follow some rules to sustain our subconscious transformation. Step 1. Continuous practice, daily practice. The subconscious is a garden. If you water it daily, the flowers will keep blooming. If you ignore it, weeds will take over. Make rituals like affirmations, visualization, meditation, and gratitude a lifelong habit, not just temporary exercises. Consistency leads to permanent transformation. Step 2. Self-awareness check-ins. Ask yourself questions. Take a small reflection time every week. Ask yourself, am I still operating on positive beliefs? Is any old pattern returning? What small wins did I achieve this week? This self-check will help you catch old patterns and correct them immediately. Step 3. Upgrade your environment, keep changing your surroundings. Environment shapes mindset. If you stay with growth-oriented people, your growth will be faster. But if you stay in a negative circle, the old subconscious software will reactivate. The rule is, surround yourself with people who inspire you. Step 4. Learn and grow, keep learning new things. Transformation sustains only when you are in continuous learning mode. Read books, attend seminars, take guidance from a mentor. Every new learning gives fresh programming to the subconscious. Just like mobile software updates, your mind should also update. Step 5. Celebrate small wins. The subconscious runs on motivation. When you celebrate your small wins, the subconscious gets positive feedback. Example, if you did daily affirmations for 30 days, reward yourself. If you broke a negative pattern, pat yourself on the back. This celebration signals the subconscious, yes, this new pattern is correct. Step 6. Service and contribution, help others. Says, transformation becomes stronger only when you share it. When you help others, teach, or inspire, your programming becomes even deeper. Example, if you have overcome fear, give courage tips to your friends too. When you teach, your own subconscious becomes stronger. Ajay had eliminated his fear and negativity through subconscious reprogramming. In the first year, everything went perfectly. But gradually, he left his daily rituals. His environment also filled with negativity, and after 2 years, the same old problems returned. Then he understood that transformation is not a one-time event but a lifelong journey. He adopted consistency again, found a mentor, and started teaching others. This time, his transformation became permanent. Step 7. Gratitude equals the ultimate anchor. Gratitude is the most powerful tool for the subconscious. When you practice "thank you" daily, the subconscious permanently shifts from scarcity to abundance mode. Make it a nightly ritual. Before sleeping, write 3 things you feel grateful for. This habit will secure your transformation for life. Friends, once a young man came to a sage and said, "Guruji, my life is completely tangled. Sometimes fear grips me, sometimes anger, sometimes despair. No matter how hard I try, I don't find peace and success." The sage took him to the riverbank and showed him a stone. "This stone has been lying here for 100 years. Dust and mud have stuck to it. But if I clean it, it too has a shine." Then the sage washed the stone with water, wiped it with a cloth, and indeed, a shine emerged. The sage said, "Son, your mind is like this stone. Years of dust, negative beliefs, trauma, and fear, have accumulated on the subconscious mind. But when you clean it, reprogram it, and make it shine, the real light within you comes out." Today, from Scott's book, Psychology of the Subconscious Mind, we learned how the subconscious mind is the invisible power of our lives. How beliefs formed in childhood control us. How through healing and reprogramming, we can fill our inner wounds. How mindfulness takes us out of autopilot and gives us the power of awareness. And how we can transform this mind's power into success, happiness, and fulfillment. Friends, the biggest thing is that the power you are searching for outside is within you. Happiness, success, peace, all are hidden like a treasure in your subconscious mind. Scott says, your subconscious mind is not your enemy, it is your greatest ally, if you choose to rewire it. Meaning, your subconscious is not your enemy, it is your biggest companion. You just need to give it the right programming. A farmer gave a seed to his son and said, sow it. But remember, water it daily, give it sunlight, and take care of it. Only then will it become a tree. The son enthusiastically sowed the seed initially but gradually stopped caring for it. The seed dried up, and the tree never grew. Our transformation is exactly like this. The seed of the subconscious is within all of us. But if we nurture it with daily practice, awareness, and gratitude, this very seed will give us the vast tree of success and happiness. So friends, now it's your turn. Don't just get inspired by listening to this video. Take the first step right now. Today itself, write 3 positive affirmations for yourself. At night before sleeping, do 5 minutes of visualization. And start a gratitude practice every morning. Small steps are the beginning of big change. Remember, you are not a product of your past, you are the creator of your future. You are not a story of failures, you are a story of possibilities. And your subconscious mind is your most loyal friend. You just need to consciously give it the right direction. Now is the time to unlock the power of your mind. Now is the time to create your new life with healing, reprogramming, and mindfulness. And now is the time to shine because the real magic is within you. Friends, if you like this journey, please like and share this video. Write in the comments which subconscious practice you are going to start from today. And yes, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because in upcoming videos, we will bring more life-changing learnings related to mind, motivation, and transformation. Remember, change your subconscious, and you will change your destiny.